welcome again, live from ABC in Amsterdam. We're at the last day today, and with me is David Williams. David is a seasoned broadcast professional. He's been producing and doing the technical leads of, really huge television shows, sports, the Olympics. Currently, he's working at News UK, doing productions like Talk TV, and just recently he switched from Prime TV, or Prime, not Prime TV, from Prime, Amazon Prime, Prime Video, to News UK. David, could you say why you made the change and why you switched sides and came back from the dark side to the light?
Yeah, sure. No, thanks for the introduction. So, to me, I always like to be challenged. I like to throw myself into new environments and really try and explore new problems. Look at the latest technology and try to evolve my own understanding and sort of see how I can improve things for different broadcasters. So essentially my role at Prime Video, very much focused on the live streaming ecosystem. Had kind of several teams under me, we had an operational support engineer team, essentially responsible for all the live events outside of the US. So we're doing a lot of football in different markets, a lot of tennis, we're doing boxing in Japan, so it's a whole range of sports content. And our operation was kind of live from 6 a.m. through to 11 p.m, so 7 days a week. We had a counter team in Seattle, also doing a similar job in those other hours. So yeah, it was quite a big challenge to step up to that, and I was there from when they first launched Premier League football in the UK, which was kind of one of their big things at the time. And obviously it's great to see the things they're going on to now with TNF and stuff. So I took the move over to News UK because they were starting up a new channel. It'd actually already been on air for a couple of months when I joined, so Talk TV. But there were a lot of big challenges to face there in terms of they were split between two different broadcast sites. One was using an external third-party studio facility. So there's a big project to kind of uplift that and try and rehouse everything in News UK home, where we've got The Sun, The Times, The Sunday Times, Virgin Radio, Talk Sports. There's a lot of different brands and journalistic talent. So we really want to kind of tie that all together. Create some state-of-the-art facilities. Obviously real estate in London can be quite difficult, and they're in a prime position right next to the Shard by London Bridge. So we kind of had challenging spaces to transform into studios and control rooms. Okay. But we really managed to maximise that, and the one existing studio that was there was green screen. And obviously I know there's kind of quite a big move to that virtual reality space. Yep. But interestingly, we kind of took the flip approach where we took the green screen out and we've put in a physical set. And we've done the same in our other studios as well, just because we really think it makes a difference to guests when they come in to feel more comfortable in a real life environment rather than just being sat in a green box, which is all a little bit out of the ordinary for the everyday person. Okay. So yeah, at the moment we've got a mix of SDI and 2110, so we've got a roadmap there to transition pretty much the whole building across to 2110. And as part of that, we're looking at all sorts of exciting technologies too. Okay,
wow. You're ditching the green screen, great. What was the biggest challenge with that move that you made to that central facility? The things that and how do you overcome it?
Yeah, the biggest challenge really was timeframes and budgets. I think those are always the two biggest challenges really. Everyone always wants to do things quickly, and obviously they want to try and do it within a decent price range, and to do the two together can be quite challenging.
And for the future, what are you planning? How are you going to expand the facility? What kind of new tools or new workflows are you going to introduce?
So we're actually, this has all been publicly announced as well, so in 2 weeks' time we're launching a brand new TV schedule. Essentially at the moment we've got an interesting setup where for the majority of the day we're actually live from a radio studio, but it's all visualised with PCZ cameras, We're using a system which is kind of like an all-in-one where you can do vision mixing, graphics, sound, and all the other bells and whistles of TV production.
Yeah.
But then the TV studios I was talking about earlier, they're kind of more of a traditional setup where you've got dedicated hardware, software, and operational roles. So as we go forward, we're going to be using that bigger setup to really maximise the kind of production.
During the day.
Yeah, exactly. To really make the channel all singing, all dancing, essentially.
Okay.
So as part of that, there's kind of the operational side of...
You're going to try to make it much more automated, or?
Well, certainly looking at where we
More
can
with
get
less, or?
efficiencies.
Yeah.
And essentially it's about we've got a really talented team, and being able to utilise them throughout the day, like breakfast show on air from 6 a.m, live right the way through till 11 p.m, midnight. So it's taking that team who were previously doing late afternoon and evening, and kind of making sure that we're kind of prioritising just output throughout the day. So as part of that, obviously coming to IBC, it's great to see a lot of the systems available. And it really gets you thinking about the possibilities moving forward.
These are the kind of vendors you're looking into at IBC, or are there any other things you're looking for?
Yeah, certainly. So, like we're always looking at, like say, ways to drive efficiencies, and also thinking about the user experience. To be honest, so one thing I'm particularly interested in is rather than having lots of user interfaces, it's about trying to consolidate and have everybody working from one tool. Yep. And I think it's always easy to just kind of go with what you know and be like, oh, okay, yeah, let's choose this graphic system, this vision mixer, and it's all about familiarity. Yep. But ultimately, if you keep doing that, you're not going to change with the times.
Yeah, that's difficult, of course. I mean, user experiences was not really a big focus of vendors, I guess. I mean, I've been going to IBC. I've seen it's getting better, right?
It is, yeah, for sure. And particularly in terms of the integration piece, it's trying to make sure we're not going with ecosystems which are really locked down and closed off. Like we kind of want to be working with vendors who have an open approach, and because any way you can integrate different bits of kit together, it really creates new possibilities, and it's quite exciting what can be done.
Yeah, love to hear that, because that's exactly what we're trying to do. Yeah. So thank you for that pitch. But yeah, well, David, wow. I mean, thank you for being here and for this interview. This is, one of the last interviews of today, so it's with sadness in my heart that we'll almost have to say goodbye. It was live from IBC in Amsterdam, and we'll see you in the next one.